So we're in Hastings, Michigan today, looking at a location for a pond. I met with the owners out here a couple of weeks ago. They just recently purchased the land and they want to use it for some recreational purposes. I think they're going to put a cabin out here and they want to have a nice pond for the grandkids to play around in. We looked at the property and figured out a couple of locations that seemed like good spots, and today we're out here with a Geoprobe to determine whether or not these are good locations in terms of, will they hold water, what types of soils are there, and what it might take for it to make a good pond. So the Geoprobe is just a small little drill rig that we use to help determine whether it's a good location or not. I used to do that work with a small little mini excavator, and that worked pretty good, but it only allows you to get down 10, maybe 12 feet at the most. And the data gets pretty sketchy when you get that low as the hole keeps collapsing. The Geoprobe allows us to push these little sample liners down into the ground, and you can go as deep as you want. Today we're probably going to go a maximum depth of 20 feet, but you can go a lot further than that if you need to. But it's a real simple concept. You just take this liner, put this cutting shoe on here, it slides inside this barrel, screws in there, and then there's a drive head here that goes on the other end of it. And that just gets driven down into the ground. We'll start out pushing it 4 feet, pulls it back out. We pull that liner out, and that's 0 to 4 feet. We'll reload that thing, drop it back in the hole, and push it down another 4 feet. And we'll just keep going until we reach the desired depths that we're after. We have another tool here that I'll go over real quickly that I know we're going to be using today, and this is called a discrete sampler. So this discrete sampler uses the same liner. You stick it on this shoe, but this has a point on it that's retractable, and there's a rod inside this liner. Once you screw that in there, this rod holds that point in place. That gets screwed in there, and then there's a point or a plug here that you remove. And that allows you to open it up at that depth you want to sample after you've gone through all the collapsed material and pull out another core. This is what we wanted to see here. We've got a really good aquifer coming out of that hill, and it's riding on this clay. We saw it up there at around 12 feet, and now we're seeing it down here at about, this is 20, so probably around 17 feet. It went from that. We probably had about 12 feet of really good sand, just full of water, riding on that clay. So good news, this is looking really good. We're going to do one more deep core down here to confirm that it's consistent all the way down through here. And we may tag a few on the edges of the pond just to make sure we know what we're looking at. But this is going to be a great location for a pond.